Hoi polloi.
What does polloi mean?
Let's look it up.
Is that a sailing term? Hoi polloi?
I don't know.
Can we be Are we official seamen? Can we be seamen if we say hoi polloi? It sounds like it could be, like an old Navy or just general fisherman's lingo, like ahoy.
Hoi polloi. Hoi polloi is an expression from Greek that means the many, or in the strictest sense, the people.
There are hoi polloi birds in this movie.
Dude, those hoi polloi birds.
Hoi polloi amounts of birds. People amounts of birds. So it's a synonym for many people.
Synonyms for hoi polloi include the plebs, the rabble, the masses, the great unwashed, riffraff, and
ragamuffins,
the
hoodlums,
trolls.
hooligans, hootenannies, and my personal favorite, jerkwads.
and my personal favorite, jagaloon.
What the fuck is that? How would you even use hoi polloi in a sentence? We're getting way off topic. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Better or Worse Than the Room.
Hello, everybody.
I'm Chris.
And I am Nick.
And together we are the Wonder Twins.
BOWTTR powers activate.
BOWTTR powers. Yeah, and we touch fists, and we become walking people.
Well, you have to touch my fit. There you go. Now we can walk.
And we've become people.
That sit in chairs and talk to you.
Every week we watch a crappy movie from my giant shelf of movies. And this week, the movie that we decided to sit through was Beaks, the movie, a.k.a. Birds of Prey. Not the Harlequin movie that came out in 2020.
No.
This movie came out in 1986.
Where?
1986 in the grand old U.S. of A. With the name of Beaks, Birds of Prey. And then later it was released in France. So originally, 1986, and then the France or European release was 1991. Which seems too late for this movie. Does this movie not feel way older than 1986? To me, this feels almost like a 1981, 1980.
It almost feels like they took... it was right around the time Hitchcock made The Birds, and they wanted to do something similar.
We can do that. We can do that, but better. Listen, hear me out, guys.
Okay, fine. I'll listen. What you got?
Lend me your ears. Birds.
Okay.
Of Prey. Wow! Amazing idea! Amazing idea! Amazing! Yeah, that's probably what happened. I can't find... We just looked. I can't find any budget information for this movie, but I would guess a cool, like, 30 to 60 grand.
In today's money?
Total, yeah. In today's money.
So like
$50.
Or a grand.
Like $1,000 or something. This movie's pretty cheap.
They do, but they do actually kill birds.
Yeah, spoilers. Fucking
sorry, but
they were definitely not sorry about animal murder in this movie. They at one point,
maybe like
near the beginning of the movie, near the beginning, there is a slow-mo shot of a man holding a pigeon, wiggles it in his hand at the camera, and then football touchdown spikes it into the ground as hard as he can. Yes. And it goes, boom, and bounce off the fucking ground.
Like, oh my God.
It was a gnarly scene, especially that is the opening like 2 to 3 minutes of the movie.
It does say animal exploitation on the back. And when you said that, all I could sit there and think about, dude, I thought I tried so hard
to turn it off. I saw you fidgeting with it, and
twice now.
I know. Wow. But yeah, the back of the box of the one that I have says animal exploitation. I was like, huh.
I kept wondering because every time an animal showed up, I'm like, oh God, they're gonna kill the sheep.
They're gonna do something. What are they gonna do? No.
And then they didn't, so it's okay. I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time. All they did was kill some birds.
The people in this movie had no qualms about like, okay, how do we make it look like birds are attacking? I have an idea. Yes, Jeeves.
Yeah.
Let's throw them like baseball pitches.
Do you think that'll
And that's
work?
what they do.
So they hired
break glass with pigeon corpses in this movie multiple times.
Are they corpses?
I don't know. They are now. I mean, these birds are like 30 years old, so they're definitely dead regardless. But
either way,
like,
so
they were pelted
pain and misery,
through.
so don't be sad.
Yeah, they were pelted through like storefront windows. There's a train scene later on. They blast through the glass on this like train.
Just any window you can think of, they threw these birds through.
Plane windows.
One of my notes right at the beginning that I remember I had was, what did these birds do to anybody? How did they hurt
just
you?
Start attacking people according to the movie. They literally just like, there's a small selection of like, there's chickens attacking people. We see a hawk cut a guy's eye out. We see like little things, and then it becomes like a huge, like there are thousands and thousands of birds
so you're saying it's similar,
swarming on people.
So what you're saying is it's similar to The Happening.
It's exactly like The Happening.
Only
actually,
with birds.
When you brought that up, I couldn't not see it immediately. This movie is basically The Happening, but instead of air and trees, it's birds. Arguably a better movie than The Happening, I think. But that's not the podcast.
No.
What? You're going to kill me, aren't you? What?
No.
Never.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, we're not.
It's the trees. It's the trees.
Fucking running away from air.
Literally air. That movie's so good until like the final 30 minutes. And then it's just like, fuck this movie. This movie sucks.
It's just like The Knowing.
What?
Or whatever.
Knowing? Yeah. Or Left Behind, 2014 edition, the one we haven't watched yet.
Oh.
That's the remake of the Kirk Cameron one.
That's supposed to be worse.
Yeah, somehow. It's supposed to be worse, somehow. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, let's go through. Basic plot of Beaks is...
birds attack, done.
There is a newswoman named Vanessa and her cameraman Peter, and they're boinking. They're doinking.
Oh, yeah.
They're so hard in the roinking. They're definitely like deep in it. And
in the dirties.
She is trying to make a name for herself as a journalist.
I think it's journal.
She's trying to make herself as a hardcore, super professional journalist.
There you go.
At I don't know, GNN News, God Nightly News, wherever that is.
Is that what it was?
And Left Behind, it was GNN.
Oh, yeah.
God Nightly News.
No, they were with
God News Network.
Magic. It was something It was right toward the end. We thought we saw it, and it was hilarious.
I can't remember. I'm just going to call it God Nightly News.
God Nightly News.
She wants to become a legitimate writer, and she keeps getting like shafted and given these like crappy stories about like some chickens attacked a guy, or whatever. And she's like, give me some real fucking news stories and stuff. And the sleazy boss is like super creepy about it.
The angles they use on him and the way he talks is a little weird.
Yeah, he like squints his eyes and like smiles.
And it's almost like maybe like he doesn't know what smiling means.
Yeah, like he's clearly like a creepo boss kind of dude. Yeah. And you can tell like he's thinking impure thoughts.
Disgusting.
But she's putting up with it, and she goes on this thing, which is to go see some chickens that attacked a farmer, and she's slowly like figuring out that maybe the birds attacking people is bigger than just a couple of random events.
Well, she's back and forth on that, if I remember.
She's back and forth. At the end, she's finally like all in, obviously.
Right.
But she's like slowly finding out, like, oh, this isn't just an isolated incident. This is like the world.
This is happening.
The whole of the flat Earth is getting bombarded by birds, aka government drones, because birds aren't real. Maybe that's why they're throwing. Maybe that's why they're like totally okay with shooting birds, because birds aren't real. They're a conspiracy.
And they've seen the classified information that proves it.
They've seen the classifieds. In Weekly World News, they opened it up. They went to the back. They were like, "This is real." We've seen Men in Black, the documentary Men in Black.
Yeah,
so you've seen it.
That's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
The sticks that flash people's minds. But they told me, Agent K told me, if you check Weekly World News, real stories are there. So that's what we have to do.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. She tries to figure out this whole thing, and the farmer that she starts.
Why do you keep winking at me? Like, just. What are you trying to tell me? I don't get it.
Of the farming, yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry.
Anyway. Stupid. So we that's basically the start of like we see or Dead Beginning. Dead Beginning is a fantastic montage. Let's just start. Let's go. Let's go from the beginning. That's basic synopsis though. But we start the movie basically starts with a like a guy with a gun on a range, and they're releasing pigeons, and he's aiming at pigeons and blasting them out of the sky,
but
murder style.
But this, yeah, and you definitely get to see it.
Yeah,
anyway.
all slow mo. Fantastic little slow mo.
More slow mo.
Yeah.
This show,
if you're a hunter,
this movie
awesome.
has so much slow mo in it.
It does, yeah.
We'll talk about that throughout this episode.
Yeah.
I promise.
But this is a good couple ones. Some of them are actually like pretty good looking.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like the shots out of the air, and then they show like slow mo of tons and tons of pigeons like flying around, like what's the B-roll.
Oh,
like just extra footage of just showing.
Birds, yeah.
They filmed this during like some sort of migration season because there were literally thousands and thousands of pigeons
it was
and
almost
birds
actually
in general.
uncomfortable. Like you'd be like,
yeah,
damn, I
it was
want to
crazy.
go for a walk.
But he's shooting him off, and we meet here Vanessa and Peter.
I'm sorry.
Ew.
I'm sorry.
Oh gosh,
just
awful.
If
Anyway,
you could just have some
here's
empathy and
where we
understanding
first
more.
meet Vanessa and Peter, and they're covering this guy who's blasting ham at some pigeons. But it turns out he's going to try something never before seen on today's motion pictures.
But also never before seen by him.
Never before seen, yes. Never before seen by this man, because he's going to attempt to shoot 2 pigeons blindfolded.
Ooh.
The most amazing feat. I think I may have wrote it down. No, I didn't write it down. She said something like this is one of the most amazing feats in human history. A blind man shooting a pigeon, and he blasts one out of the sky.
Straight
totally blindfolded.
Perfect
I mean, obviously
shot.
movie magic, but
How
then
do
he
you know?
misses the second.
But didn't he seem to do it on purpose?
Well,
Sorry.
I think maybe he did because of something he says afterwards. So we see this guy, he's shooting, like, non-blindfolded, he's shooting birds left and right. We do see an amazing slow-mo shot of a guy football spiking a pigeon into the ground and
the pigeon
slamming into the floor.
Yeah, threw it on the ground style.
Yeah, just like the music video.
Oh,
My dad's not a phone.
I
I threw the rest of the cake, too. I threw the pigeon on the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Yeah. Like exactly like that. However you're imagining it, it's exactly how it was.
Yes.
In gorgeous slow-mo. Fucking
perfect.
Fucking beautiful slow-mo. And he does his attempts of blindfolded. He shoots one and he misses the last one. And that's, I guess, the last pigeon for the day. And Peter, the cameraman, walks up to him and says, Why did you do that? Like, why do you do that?
Why?
And the guy, like, in Spanish goes like, what? Like, ¿qué? I think he responded in another language. I believe it was Spanish.
I think so. Yeah, because they were in Spain,
he says,
I think.
Peter asks him in Spanish, like, why did you do that? And the guy responds in English, in perfect English, for pleasure. So I think he just really loved killing birds, but because it was the last bird, he purposely missed to let it off. To let it off and show the others.
A message.
Yeah, you don't fucking come here, man.
So maybe
I'll blast
this guy
your
is
family,
the
man.
reason all the birds are attacking.
Maybe. It is our intro to, like, humanity as a whole doesn't give a shit about birds, and they're being used as literal target practice and fodder because they mean nothing. So I can see it. I can seize it.
And it's
I can use my
Come on,
eyes so I can seize it. Yeah, dude, they make delicious burgers.
Yeah, burgers,
chicken tenders and
actually.
fingers. They have huge fingers.
Dude.
That you can eat, made of chicken.
Eagles have the best.
Eagle's eggs are the most delicate
eagle.
thing. Oh, I just need the shell, actually.
Let's get rid of that other shit.
Yeah. Almost Heroes, right? Almost Heroes. That was what that was from.
Oh.
With fuck. I was about to say John Candy. I was like, wait, no. Chris Farley, not John Candy. Other fat funny man that died of a heart attack.
Okay. There's only been a few of those in history.
Yeah, but we meet those guys, and it seems like Peter's kind of disgusted by it. He's not a big fan. Oh, excuse me.
Disgusting.
Peter's
Chris.
not a big fan.
How dare you?
Peter's not a big fan of the bird murder. He seems to be a little bit more of like, dude, this, come on. Why?
We don't need to kill all of them.
Why can't you just use those sick discuses?
Yeah,
those are
aren't
cool.
those pretty cool?
I mean, they look pretty satisfying to shoot. I've never done it. But now we kind of cut out, and we see this is where Vanessa like shows that she is kind of getting the short hand of the stick in a lot of the journalist things.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay.
We're seeing like the slow-mo footage of everything, and then it kind of does a oh my God, what's the word?
A wipe, a fade.
A transition.
Transition.
Yeah. It's a transition into the next scene, which is her at the news
Jackal.
station showing off all of the footage that she got. And here's the creepy boss who's like, wow, fantastic shot of that bird exploding.
It's almost like he did all his lines in a separate location.
All of them were. Every line, every person in this movie is not voiced by themselves. Every single person is probably voiced by somebody else, or at the very least, someone like poorly trying to lip sync and not doing it. Because holy shit, this
so
movie
everyone's
is
Alicia
nuts.
Keys, or not Alicia Keys, Kelly Clarkson?
Let's just say they're Alicia Keys. It's fine. I don't know how they're Alicia Keys.
No, is it
but anyway, there's this...
Ashley
the
Simpson,
boss-
sorry.
Oh, God, that video of her, like, hobo dancing on stage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, it's so cringy, dude. It's so cringy. If you ever have time out there to watch that, it's honestly like you feel such secondhand embarrassment.
It's
And then her reaction to it is awful.
It's
Because she just starts
it's
doing
like,
like a
did you never
hoedown.
prepare if this happened? Because
Yeah.
kind of that's
You
pretty.
didn't just laugh it off. You just went doom da doom 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 da doom doom.
Yeah, that's just like hillbilly dance
Yeah.
or something.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Yeah, like full out. It's so bad. Okay, we're getting off track.
What?
See, GNN guy's a sleaze. We don't like him, but
no, he's a poo baba.
journalist Vanessa has to deal with what she's got, and you know what? She's going to make the best of it. And I guess she's put on assignment where she's going to go meet a farmer whose chickens have been attacking him. No. And so that seems a little bit weird, but she's totally just like, chickens fucking attacked a farmer. Who cares?
Yeah.
Fine, I'll go check it out. And she goes to check it out.
And that may have been the best move she ever made for her career.
Ever. Yeah, it probably was. Like her
So
taking
maybe
this...
Sleazebag knew what he was talking about.
Maybe. He was a sleazebag, though. So he probably got Me Too'd at some point.
That's just...
But now, aside from the beginning slow-mo massacre of birds, we get our first legit, like, kind of cool scene where we meet an old bald man, who's like, nice, squeaky, beautiful.
I didn't mean
He's
to
living
do
in
that.
some sort of mansion. We're not really sure how, like, what role
he's
he
the
plays
one
at
from Spain.
all.
He's the one from
España.
Española.
España.
Española.
Yeah, this whole movie is Mexican. It was, I believe it was filmed in Mexico, but it takes place in Spain.
Yes, that's what it looked
and I guess
like.
we meet some sort of Spanish oligarch man, some Spanish, like, rich dude, businessman, something. He's in a beautiful house.
Beautiful.
He's got this
it's
big old
gorgeous.
luscious robe on. And he's like
And his
balding. He's got a
granddaughter
touch of
sucks.
gray. His granddaughter sucks, and she looks like the dentist girl from Finding Nemo.
100%.
Exactly.
Can
like
we,
not
will
even.
we be able to get a picture of that or no?
I'm not putting that up. I'm not gonna remember.
okay.
But if you just Google the Finding Nemo girl, the little dentist girl, this is exactly what this old man's granddaughter looks like. It's awful.
Eyes,
it's exactly
teeth, everything.
If I didn't know any better, I would say Pixar used her as source material for
Dude,
this.
we held
for
them
this
up
fucking
next to
thing.
each other when we were watching it.
Yeah, they were exactly the exact same thing. It was kind of nuts.
Scary.
And this guy, he's walking out to his balcony,
Yeah.
looks around, and he sees a hawk in
hawk,
one of
and it's
the
badass.
neighboring trees. And that hawk, I guess, doesn't like the staring game or some shit.
Was that a
because
hawk
the
or a
hawk then
falcon?
proceeds to fly down towards him whilst screeching quite loudly
Yeah.
and rips the old man's eyeball directly out of his dome.
face.
To which we
Dude.
get a fantastic slow-mo shot of him going, ah!
That's
And then
right.
blood squirting out of his face
eye hole.
with this giant, just red gush falling out of his face. It was awesome. It's fantastic.
It was
It
actually
sick,
That
dude.
might have been one of the coolest parts of the movie.
Slightly too short, in my opinion. They definitely flashed really quickly away
Maybe they
and then
never-
showed it maybe for like another 2 seconds and away. Awesome way to start your movie right there. You throw in some gore, especially for a movie where birds kill people.
Well, so you know that you at least get some gore and some
You gotta
cool
get ready,
stuff.
man. You gotta bait the audience a little bit. Like, hold on. Here's a little bit. It's gonna get good. Come on.
I think
I'll hold you on, pull you along. Come on.
It's like, come on.
But it works. It definitely works.
It's like a little treat here and there.
Yeah, it's definitely a little treat.
Yeah.
Because when we saw it at the during when we were watching it, we both went, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that's right. We both. That's true. That's right.
This gets ripped right out of his face.
Yeah, it's way more intense than we thought it was gonna be.
So that's his. I guess he turns into an important character later, but we get another kind of example of, whoa, these birds are fucking people up.
Yeah, these birds
and it's probably not isolated now.
And it seems weirdly precise.
Yes. Like they're happening. Ooh. Oh. Maybe that rich guy, maybe he owned a deforestation company. And he was knocking down all of these beautiful
not everyone
trees.
Likes The Happening as much as you do.
The Happening is the greatest movie of all time. 10 stars out of 10 stars. Better than Citizen Kane. Better than The Room.
No.
Better than Crank 2.
No. You take that back right now.
Okay.
Then we're fighting words.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're getting off track.
All right. So back to Crank 2.
Back to Crank 2. Anyway, Jason Statham's running down the hallway, and he's starting to jab himself with some things. He's got car batteries on his nipples. He fucks in the middle of everyone.
Are you talking about Crank 2, or are you talking about any other movie he was in?
Crank 5, The Reckoning. We're so far off
topic.
All right, let's get back to some good stuff. We're getting off topic too quickly here. News lady is at the chicken farm, and here's where we meet the famed, the true Mario from the Mario universe.
That's right.
Because this farmer is straight up fucking
it's
Mario.
Me, I'm Mario.
It's me, I'm a farmer. I am here and make out the chickens. The chickens attack me. That's not how he sounds at all.
No, but he looks like
exactly like it. He's got a pretty big rounded nose. He's got these giant caterpillars,
almost.
And he's got this fat. He does almost have a unibrow, and he's got this fat mustache.
Big.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Caterpillar fat.
And Vanessa and Peter are watching, and they're talking to him, and he's talking about how birds just hate him. Birds dislike him. All birds that see him try to attack him. And he owns chickens.
Seems stupid.
He had chickens attack him. He had pigeons attack him. All that stuff. And Vanessa doesn't quite believe him, so she pulls out a little canary that they brought with. At a church. They're in a church, yeah. For some reason, they're in a church.
That up. There's a reason later. You'll find out why we're bringing that up.
Oh, I'll tell you right now. Because later on in the movie, Vanessa goes, "It's been a while since I've been to church." And it doesn't have anything to do with the movie.
Right.
They just walk into a church once, and that was a required scene. It was kind of pointless. I don't know what that was for.
Walk into the room so Johnny can get information and leave the room.
Yeah. Christopher walking into a room giving information to John. I'll show you. I'll record everything on this 60-minute tape for 3 days.
He's hiding on the stairs.
Yeah.
There's small spiral. Anyway, go on.
We're never going to finish this fucking movie.
We keep getting distracted by
You keep distracting me, you bastard.
I am not. You lied.
So they pull out a canary.
Prove it.
They pull out a canary. And because Vanessa wants to test this shit. She wants to see, are you bullshitting me or are you speaking the truth, Mario?
I'm spitting the truth, bro.
Huh? Is Peach actually a real person? Are you dating? Is Bowser just a figment of your imagination or are you hallucinating?
I don't think that's...
So she lets go of this thing. It flies around in slow motion.
Yes, that's
Always.
right. Yes.
Just like Garth Marenghi. Anytime there was no speaking, slow motion was up for debate. And I guess they really liked it.
Slow motion is awesome. What do you mean?
They probably rented a slow-mo camera for this movie for all these scenes. Because the bird flies around and they follow it. And I guess return of the throwing stagehand because they whip a canary at Mario's face. Right. They just throw it and it hits him right in the ear.
And it goes flying off to the side.
It bounces off of his huge earlobe and he goes, whoa!
And almost lost his other eye.
Wow. And So we watch in slow motion as the bird flies and hits him in the ear, and then the guy turns towards the camera and wipes his eye, and he has a tiny spot of blood on his eye, even though that's not at all where he hit.
No.
Lame. 2 demerits for this movie.
2 demerits already?
2 demerits for that. That is terrible.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Retake the shot. Buy more canaries. They're cheap. You can get tons of them for
probably.
$5.
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby or Five Below. Five Below Pet Edition.
Dude, the best place ever.
But finally, Vanessa and Peter are starting to realize, like, oh, maybe this guy, maybe he's not talking shit. Maybe there is something to, like, birds attacking people and all these stories we keep hearing about. Birds.
Yeah, birds.
So many boards,
I want
dude.
my buds.
But
My bud.
she at least has proof, and that's good. So she can
Does
take
she?
it back.
Does she have real proof that matters?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Maybe. She's got a camera. I mean, she's
She
watched
isn't
Mario
yeah.
for a while. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
So now we get another sick, nasty scene. This is probably my favorite scene as far as like the whole bird death stuff.
Yeah.
Not bird death, but bird caused death stuff.
Yeah. Which one is this?
The airplane.
Oh, this one is pretty intense.
Now we get a little bit more of like an uptick. We got a hawk ripping a dude's eye out,
and
then we have then we kind of bring it back down where a canary attacks a dude's earlobe where his eye starts bleeding. Yeah. And then now we get into some of the big shit. So now we got stuff that's potentially causing mass human harm.
Yeah. So tell me, the pilot calls back to air traffic control. What is he asking them? Because he sees something in the distance.
Birds.
How many?
Millions.
Oh,
it was a flock of birds, millions strong, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I think they did say something about millions strong.
They did say millions.
Yeah. And there's like some sort of gigantic flock coming towards, and they're trying to reroute and make sure this plane can land because apparently the plane only has maybe a couple minutes of flight left.
Yeah, it doesn't
in the fuel tank. Obviously, you can glide for a little while, but that's only so good. It's not going to work for too long. So he's got to figure it out. And air traffic control are like, dude, you gotta go around. We gotta make room. There's nothing. We can't do anything. And he tries to circle around and then gets fucking lambasted, swatted, fucking birds. I wrote it down. Birds getting yeeted through windows at this guy. Dude. Like handfuls of birds.
Like imagine hiring
they had
professional
a bird
pitcher.
gun. They had a bird, like a t-shirt cannon with birds.
Yes.
And they were launching them at this guy. And to the guy's credit, he seemed rather calm.
Yeah, he did actually.
He was like bleeding profusely from his face and arms. And he's like, I think we're going to go down. Oh, man. It looks like we're going to crash. I'm dying. They're eating her. And they're going to eat me. Oh, my God.
Oh, God, oh, man.
Oh, God, oh, man. Oh, God, oh, man. Oh, God, oh, man. That's exact. Like, it's the same exact acting. Just like so bland. Like, is this how it's supposed to sound? And I guess that's what it was. Or the guy who ADR'd it did it very poorly. It was pretty funny, though. But holy shit, dude. Like, this really put in perspective, like, they do not give a fuck about birds in Mexico during the filming of this movie. Because, not
even 1 ounce.
You know how at the end of movies they say no animals were harmed? I feel like they should have had a body count at the end of this one. Like,
we
tell us how many you killed.
53 birds in this.
I feel like it would have been closer to 1,000 almost. Hey, they had to retake some of those scenes, man.
Oh, many a time,
they had
too.
to have. There's no way they wouldn't have. They probably had fun doing it. Come on, they had a lot of birds to go through.
Maybe that's why everyone looked a little crazy, because they were going through it so much.
Yeah, probably, maybe. All right, let's get back to the movie at hand. Okay. So, old man who got his eye ripped out.
Yeah. Grandpa.
We have now circumvented. We now circle back to old man. Okay. And it turns out that he is getting interviewed as one of the bird victims, just like the Chicken Man.
Okay.
Chicken Man! Just like the Chicken Man from just before. Chicken. And Vanessa, the reporter, since she has the chicken report, is talking to this guy. And this old man. I don't even think we get his name.
No, we did at some point.
I just have him as old man everywhere.
But yeah, I don't know if I ever got his name long enough to remember it.
Yeah, I don't think he got it. He's pretty smart about birds, though. You know what? He's so smart about birds, in fact, that he says, quote, birds invented flying.
That's right. That's right. I would never have known that unless it were for this movie.
Yeah, as a viewer of movie, I definitely did not know that until he said it, and now I am definitely more informed than I was previously.
Why didn't the people from New York hear this information?
Wait a minute. If birds invented flying, but the government invented birds,
who came first?
Who came first, the government or birds?
So who invented the government? Was it birds?
I think it was the bourgeoisie.
Maybe we're spies and we don't know it.
We're spies of the Ministry of Defense. We're spy kids. We're all spy kids. But yeah, he says birds invented flying, which I thought was hilarious. I was very taken aback by that line. But he, according to him, he believes the birds are stalking him because that hawk that took his eye has apparently been watching him for days.
Yeah,
it just
creepy.
stays outside of his house, just watches him and watches him.
Is this when we get like 9 different catchphrases for one bird out of a bajillion in the movie?
Catchphrases?
You damn bird! I'll kill you. You're going down.
Oh yeah. Oh my god! I remember
for
that.
A different.
Yeah.
Just
later
like
on in the movie, we get back.
Family Guy moment.
No, I don't think it was that later. I think it was relatively short after we meet after Vanessa and Peter meet with the old man who's lost an eye. I think right after they leave, he goes outside. He gets on he's like, You know what? I'm talking about this bird, and it was fucking stalking me. It took my fucking eye. I'm out for revenge. You're going to stand outside my house. I'm going to blast you away. I'm going to shoot you like the motherfucker that you are.
Right.
Deep, sweet revenge. You shall die this night. And he grabs like a huge rifle.
A double barrel.
He grabs a howitzer.
Shotgun.
Anti-air rifle. It's a pretty hefty hunting rifle.
Yeah.
And there are many in this movie.
Yes.
It seems like every important person has a big gun. In this movie, but he pulls it out, and as he's loading it and walking to the back patio to shoot this thing, he says so many different phrases before he actually shoots.
You've just
the
been
hawk.
Revoked.
I'll kill you. You'll never hurt me again.
You
Goodbye,
damn
bird.
devils.
You devil bird.
Basically,
I'll show you. He just keeps going. He just keeps.
I couldn't help.
Let me guess. White devil. Speak what you do.
I couldn't help hear you refer to me as Iquensuocha. It's how they know you.
It's how they know you. Great movie. Great movie. But yeah, he blasts that thing. I think that is the only bird death that isn't a real bird death. You still laughing about White Devil, White Devil?
I'm trying not to.
Let's talk about bird death.
I'm trying.
But I think the hawk explosion is the first non-real bird death, because this thing blows up like you put an M80 in its stomach.
Yeah,
its head goes flying, its arm or its wings split. It was a huge prop.
Yeah.
Like they threw it up in the air, filled it with watermelon, and fucking shot it with a shotgun or some shit.
To get it to go
awesome.
kaboom. It was great.
It was awesome.
That was like, wow.
Yeah, it was a pretty fucking sick scene.
Like
because I knew nothing died, so it was fine. Because it was just it was just a stuffed thing. I hope. I cross my knock on wood. It was a stuffed thing. If not, cool, fine. Who cares?
Here's the thing: we
don't
know.
Yeah, we don't know. So, I like to choose. I'll feign ignorance and just pretend.
Willfully,
but it was fucking cool.
No. Plausible deniability.
So now that one's dead, I guess maybe that may have caused some issues
in the bird community.
The bird community may be like, yo, you know what? Come on, fucking stop. We do get a couple other awesome people freaking out with birds things.
Yes.
So
yes,
we had eagle cut out eye, canary, eagle get blasted out of the air.
Yes.
In huge explosion. And now birds attack and kill woman and baby.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They just fucking swarm. Shitloads of them. Yeah, just swarm.
A lady walking her baby in the stroller. All these birds are those pigeons essentially.
Yeah.
Just everywhere.
Tons.
And then they just start swarming a mother and her baby and just eating them both. And it's like,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like there's like, now that I'm thinking about it, the plot of the movie is like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The plot of the movie is about 10 minutes.
And then the rest of it is just showcasing images.
This movie is just an incredibly long grouping of slow-mo scenes and people getting eaten by birds.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, as we've been talking, like, there's literally nothing like truly happening aside from just birds.
Happening.
Dying or getting killed or killing.
Yes.
Dying or getting killed or killing.
All of
the first
above.
two are the same, I think.
Similar.
They're similar, yeah. Some of them die by impact, some of them get killed.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of
the whole plot is the girl figuring out that there's something legitimate behind the bird.
Yeah,
attacks.
like we even meet a couple of people that have significant screen time that mean nothing to us.
Oh
that
yeah.
We don't get their names. We just see them. They exist, and then birds attack. I guess just to have other people around.
Like the New York family.
There's a New York family that shows up, and
Buddy Holland-Tana.
yeah, boy, yeah.
He's really this kind of. He's like the New York you think of.
You New York. Yeah, you remember the park I was talking about? Yeah, I was talking about the park. It's the park. There's birds everywhere. Talking about the
He's
park.
like going to the barber shop.
And we meet these people, and they just, it's a dad, a mom, and 2 kids. And they walk to a park. The dad says, quote, "Remember that park?" And then they take pictures in the park.
But they're in Spain, by the way.
They
I
are
want
in
everyone
Spain.
to know that.
Everyone's in Spain.
They're the New York family, and you go, he's
The
like,
New
I
York
used to
family
come
in
here when
Spain.
I was a kid. Or he was told about it or something.
I was
whatever.
told about this park when I was a kid. When I was a kid, you were a kid too, and we
And
were
then
both
he
talking
wants to
about the
take
park.
pictures, and he's not protecting the kids, even though there's a bajillion birds just
There's a
hanging
ton.
out.
They want to take a picture, like a family picture, in the middle of this park, and
That's
a ton of
overrun.
birds are swarming.
Overrun.
Yes, and then it's like 5 straight minutes of slow mo, watching the family watch birds, and then birds swarming, and then looking back and forth, and then they run away.
It almost,
They just run away.
For a moment, the looking back and forth kind of feels like the moment in Star Wars right before the Sarlacc pit and the lightsaber save when they're like the bum,
Bum bum.
bum.
Law and Order.
Yeah, and they just keep
Bum,
doing
bum.
the
Yeah, the
head nod.
the
But
nods.
it feels like that for like, but take that and then double the amount of time that scene goes for.
Yeah, it's incredibly long. It's got to be over 2 minutes of
and
just slow mo, them looking back and forth, and then they finally get up and run to their car. But no bird attacks them at all. They're just They're just there. No, no birds. They're flying around. There's like 100,000 birds.
Yeah, it's called swooping. And they should be
They
running away.
weren't even going close to the people.
Yeah, you're right.
They were just floating around.
They were.
So they run away. So much slow mo. I wrote slow mo down so many times in my notes. Like fucking, I don't understand. It is legit the Garth Marenghi joke of every time no one was talking.
There is like slow mo up for debate. And
Here's another couple people we meet: the campers that are driving around, the horny campers that want to park somewhere and fuck.
Yeah, and they want to go in the sand, and she wants him to jam sand.
Yeah,
up her ass.
she babe watches and just like runs down the beach, and then for some reason he's inside of his camper, and then he gets murdered.
Yeah,
but he's murdered standing up. Because later on, like 2 kids open up the camper door and he just falls out, completely standing up.
It's creepy.
So that's pointless. We do see boobies though.
We do
see some sick nasty
I
boobies.
do remember I have tits.
Yeah,
it written down.
Yeah, so that was nice. I didn't expect that in this movie. Let's see, what's another grouping of people? We thought the lady camper was gonna die, but she didn't. She just shows up later with like a face wound.
Oh yeah,
because the New York family,
that's right.
The New York family decided to like drive their Jeep in order to get away. Like they ran away from the park. They drive to the beach, onto the beach, and then drive down the beach.
And
then get stuck.
Where are you safe from birds, Chris?
In the water.
At the beach. There's never birds at the beach.
Everyone knows birds are afraid of the beach. They can't float in water either, so there's nowhere for them to land.
Yeah, ducks aren't real.
Ducks are
those
not
inflatables.
Real. They decided to fucking drive on the beach, and then they get stuck in a beach dune. They purposely drive onto it. There's but like when they're driving up to the beach, it's like that. It wasn't only their plan to be on the beach, because there's an entire school bus and corpses on the beach, of which they just drive around.
Yeah, you don't.
Why were there so many corpses on the beach? And why were you driving a school bus on the beach? Too many people are driving shit on the beach here. It's like it's not made of sand. Do you not think your car is gonna like submerge itself? You have no traction.
No, it's a challenge. They didn't make it very far,
it's a TikTok
but we
challenge?
will. Yeah,
it's stupid as fuck.
We're gonna make it so much farther than they did.
No.
What?
Oh, we go back. We meet Mario again too.
Oh,
we go back to Mario and his wife. They're in
Are
like
they at dinner time.
They're in like dinner time, and that's where we see our second gigantic gun. Because apparently we needed to know that he was gonna die. Because he shows up at the like. I guess when they were making the movie, they're like, hey. What if people forget about Mario? What if people want to know what Mario's doing during all the bird killing?
Yeah.
Well, he gets murdered.
What?
Yeah. Birds attack the door.
Sorry.
Gotta do it right, just like Lord Vader. No. But the birds, I guess they're smart like velociraptors, and they decide to like slam into the door in a knocking fashion, and then he opens the door. Ding dong ditch style, because no one's there, and then birds kill him and his wife.
That's right.
They eat him. I wrote gruesome, blood and eating faces, because they were. They were definitely.
Shit.
Yeah.
Just chomping away.
Just fucking chomping away, dude. They were picking at it. It was pretty awesome. Like they had some sort of like fake skin thing, and they were like picking at it with little like bird dolls. Cool. It was kind of cool.
That was cool because it did look kind of.
Those were the good scenes to just flash.
Yeah.
That was a good one where they were just like intermittently there would be just like people like swatting, crying. What? You laughing at the swatting of people crying about birds?
No. No. I
think it's a stupid shit. No. What if Mario said that as he was getting murdered by birds? Just getting pecked away. No. Ah, no. 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 It'd be awful. It would be awful. Getting pecked by birds.
That would be awful.
Be horrendous.
Dude. Terrifying.
Yeah. So all that crap happens. I have a great line here. Sorry, buddy. I don't remember why I wrote it, and I don't remember who said it. But I do remember that the Skis Lord God Nightly News Network man has sexy tub ladies.
That's right.
Vanessa calls him after she finished interviewing the old man.
Yeah.
In between all this other crap that was happening, and we see him, and he's just got like this half naked lady walking around his apartment, and it makes no sense why we would need that scene aside from we need naked girls.
Dude, we already saw tits. Chill out,
dude. It was fucking awesome. Then we get an amazing line from Vanessa. Who's basically put two and two together, and she says, and I quote, "Doves have waged a mysterious war on mankind." Only doves, though. Even though eagles were attacking
I do
people.
remember that line.
But yeah, she finally says it. She finally understanding. It's The Happening, but with birds. She even says that in the movie. It's just like M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's movie.
Yeah, and then I have a nice note here. Montage of people getting fucked up by birds. Because shitloads of people get fucked up by birds.
It's great. It's pretty great though.
Yeah, it's honestly like really fun.
COVID in bird form.
Megavision. Megavision is the name of the news network.
That was it.
Megavision.
Megavision.
It's right here.
I knew it was somewhere in your notes.
Yeah. So let's skip ahead a little bit because there's really. Like I said, this movie's just a series of people getting attacked by birds, and then Vanessa like interviewing people.
Why did the chicken cross the road, Chris?
Because it's awesome over there. Have you seen it?
No, There's murder lights. That other guy.
Yeah, that too. In the lights. Anyway. Wah wah. Nice try.
Hey, you just don't know how to laugh. That's all.
I wrote down another amazing quote. Here's another amazing quote. When the camper woman, we see her again, and she meets up with the New York family. The New York man says, "What happened to you? Camper, the birds."
Oh, yeah, that's all she says.
The birds.
The birds.
It's great.
I do remember that.
Like, okay, I want to put this in. I hate the New York family.
Because they're garbage. They're unnecessary.
The New York family takes up about half of this movie.
And
they mean nothing.
Reason.
Do you know how they escape the birds?
Let me remind everyone. Let's put it this way. It has to do with stealing and watercraft.
Yes.
So go on. You talk about it in more detail.
That was so poor.
I was going to go on, but I had nothing.
You could have just said they left on a boat, because that's what they do. Because apparently birds can't fly above water.
Yeah, I forgot. These people, this whole friggin' movie, seem to think that if we duck behind waist-high walls outside, like water walls, and if we just are quiet and sneaky, we can run across fields and the birds will never see us.
That's pretty much what they thought the entire movie.
We get in a car and they're still following us.
The one smart thing that the entire New York family did was go indoors.
Yeah,
then they left indoors to go outdoors.
Where the birds were, right?
And then they went to the water. And then they went under a dock. Under a dock could have been good if they just stayed there.
But what about the tide?
That'd be fine. It was a pond.
They're going to die.
It was a lake. It'd be fine.
Yeah,
there's no high or low tides in the pond.
But there are lake monsters.
That's their problem.
That's true.
Freddy versus Jason. Fucking Freddy Krueger, Jason Moynihan or whatever his name is. Voorhees. Jason Moynihan.
Jason Moynihan.
Yeah, brother of Bobby Moynihan.
I love it.
But Jason's going to attack him, but that's it. But then they do, like, the New York family takes up a solid half of the movie, and we see them drive away from birds, get stuck on a beach, go inside, leave inside to go to the water, steal a boat, and then drive away on a boat. That's the end. Into the sunset. Literally into the sunset, and they disappear forever for the rest of the movie. We don't know their names. We don't know where they go. We don't know where they came from. Who cares?
Just like The Happening. Like they were as useful as the person who as The Happening took place over one day, not even a full day, and then at the end of it, now this little girl is their child essentially because it was their best friend who died. Sorry, that irritates me, and this movie is basically that.
This movie's shit. It kind of has like a little like a young girl whose family dies kind of moment.
That's right.
Because
you're right.
We have like a little. We'll introduce the gremlin, the dentist girl.
Oh, yeah.
The granddaughter. The granddaughter of the old man is apparently it's her birthday.
Yes.
And they want to have a birthday party, and they're going to have a big birthday party with shitloads of small children at the old man's mansion outside when birds are attacking. Because apparently the guy doesn't believe that that's a bad idea, and the mom definitely doesn't care that it's a bad idea.
He thinks it's a bad idea. I think he's just keeping an eye out, because remember...
Don't have anything outside if there's birds that'll kill people. A bird ripped his eye out. And I wouldn't go outside ever.
No.
Ever.
I'm staying in here.
You know what's outside?
Birds.
Birds are outside. Don't go outside. There are birds out there.
Yeah.
Close your blinds. Don't look out there.
Hide your wife.
Hide your kids. Hide your Wi-Fi. Fucking don't look outside, because birds will eat you. If they eat your right eye, don't go outside.
They will come for your other eye. They know it's there. They have the taste of it, and they want more.
Yeah, and apparently this entire family doesn't listen to the local news, so they have a children's birthday party outside, and lo and behold, birds don't like that.
What?
Birds don't like that very much. So birds don't come attack because they don't give a shit about your little fucking gremlin daughter's birthday. And they come down with a vengeance. They fucking swoop at everybody so fast. And kids are screaming. And the old man is like, oh my God, why? And the mom is like, oh crap, we gotta go inside. And they all run inside.
And then...
And they all run inside. Except for one evil, shitty little necklace children. Fucking this awful little demon child that decides, oh, everyone's screaming and scared. I'm gonna run outside and play with a plastic trumpet and get mauled by fucking birds. This little girl runs outside as quickly as she can, basically for the sole purpose to get her or someone else murdered. Dude, and she succeeds because the old man tries to help her and gets fucked up by birds.
Yeah, I know.
He gets fucking wrecked by birds.
It's birder.
It is birder.
Birder.
Bird murder.
Murderers.
It also in full slow-mo. Good. Excellent. Good. Full slow-mo. Death. Horrible. Pointless. Let the kid die.
Right?
Kid should have died.
Dude, he was so much more important. That kid didn't do anything. Didn't even have a single line in the movie.
I even circled it. Should have let the gremlin die.
Yeah, it's a gremlin. Dude, we talked...
He did not have to go out there. I mean, yeah, for the principle of the thing, but goddamn, fuck that kid.
Right?
Fuck that kid.
Dude, that kid was worthless.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it's not even like going inside really helped them, I guess.
No.
Because the birds learned very quickly that, hey, we've broken other windows. Let's break this one. And they break in the windows, and then they start coming down the chimney. The mom did have a great idea, though, where she started a fire in the chimney, so that was good. But they can still come in.
But what about closing the flue?
They never closed the flue. That is one thing that I did write down, that they definitely should have done it. I also don't know how to spell flue. I wrote it as F-L-E-W. I don't know how to spell that flue.
I think it's F-L-U.
Fuck loud, you. Fuck loud university.
Flu.
So that the birds actually get so good they can open doors.
Dude, like raptors.
Yeah,
they're just like raptors.
This was definitely like one of those Jurassic Park scenes.
Even though
Jurassic Park came out way later, it felt like Jurassic Park because there was a scene where the lady is with a couple of the kids. Not even all the kids. Some of the kids are like off on their own.
That's true.
Like locked in different rooms.
And a pony is
but the lady in her room, like the doorknob starts turning, and the birds learn how to open doors, dude. I thought that was kind of funny.
That was
kind of interesting.
It would be scary if it worked that way, though.
Yes, it would. It would.
Like that would be horrifying. Like no, but also like if they're on the other side of the door, just put your foot against the bottom of the door. They can't get it open.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You're good.
So we'll leave her for a bit.
Okay.
Because something else happens around during this time.
I'm not remembering, but that's okay.
The train.
Oh.
So birds are going nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Birds are attacking everyone. Vanessa and Peter have got the story. They know shit's going down and this has to be stopped. So they meet up with the mayor. And the mayor says that the entire town of who fucking knows what has to be evacuated. We got to evacuate everybody. We got to get people the hell out of here because birds only exist inside this one town and cannot travel between towns.
Yeah.
Because birds don't fly and they understand invisible borders.
Dude, they're attacking smaller and smaller communities.
As you go, smaller and smaller communities.
So we have to find a smaller community.
Yes.
But
birds force people to get run over by lawnmowers. It's true. This movie shows it. But there's a train, apparently, that can fit every single person in this town, or I guess most of the people, and they decided to get on it and travel. Where to? Who fucking knows? No idea. Out, yeah. Where to? Outward. Away.
It doesn't matter elsewhere. I don't care.
Whatever. And Vanessa's kind of taking like a charge of this whole thing and telling people like, hey, make sure you keep your doors and windows closed. Don't let birds in.
Calm it back. You're doing a way better job than she did.
Oh, sorry. Please don't open your windows and don't open the doors because the birds will come in. And we don't want that. So don't. She does have one awesome line to one guy though, where the guy is like, "Who gave you charge?" And she's like, "All right, well, do whatever you want, man. I just want you to live."
Yeah, that's right.
Okay then. She just walks away.
She gives him that. You know what? Fine.
Fine. Fuck it. Go ahead. Do whatever you want.
If you want to die, go die.
It. Yeah. Even there's like punks and goths in the train for no reason, and they're just like, who gave you authority, brah? It's like, and she's like, shut up and sit down, you fucking
nerd burglars.
Yeah, she wasn't too keen on that.
Yeah.
But as we kind of both figured, punks is going to be punks.
Yeah.
And they fucking open up the windows and they let a bunch of birds inside.
Well, yeah.
And they start going ape shit. Bird shit. They start going bird shit. They shit everywhere. Dude, just piles and piles of white encrusted shit.
White encrusted urine
it's
shit.
Awful. They start attacking people like crazy. People are freaking out. Now they have to evacuate an entire train car. They've got to get the fuck out. Out in the middle of
nowhere.
Well, they got to run while it's running.
No, it's because it stopped.
Did it stop?
Because of the sheep. Remember the sheep I brought
there
up
were
earlier?
sheep that
I
were
was
blocking.
worried they were going to just run
They
over.
were blocking the entire.
Because can't you just push them out of the way or something?
Yeah, Peter wanted to run over a ton of sheep. For the guy that was angry at somebody early on in this movie for shooting birds, he wanted to run over like 50 sheep with a train.
Yeah.
Like
little
what
sheep.
a turn of character. He definitely don't give no shits.
No, he was just faking it for the camera.
He's behind the camera, so it doesn't even matter.
That's the point.
But yeah, he definitely wants to go. But I guess he decided a better plan would be to clip a fence, let them go through. But while they're stopping, the punks, I guess they're confused. They want to know why the train stopped. They open the window, and in come all the birds. All the birds are like, fucking yes! Of which we get more glass.
Squeak.
We get more
Squawk.
glass breaking. Yeah, squawk.
Yeah, squawk.
We get more glass breaking because birds are flying through glass. People are freaking out. People dying.
Birds are being
blood
thrown
everywhere.
through glass.
Whipped
through glass.
Cannon blasted through glass. So they all decide, all right, fuck this train car. Let's move to the next one. Let's block them out.
Yep.
We can close these. Even though we just noticed that they can break glass.
What?
Closing off one compartment of a train.
Wait.
Shut the fuck up. Closing off one compartment of a train doesn't stop birds that can break glass windows. All trains of that style have glass windows. They can see you, motherfucker. They'll just break the next window.
I guess what I'm wondering is you don't think that the glass on this car is going to be better than that one?
They're different. They're like the three pigs' houses. Like the one all the way in the back is really weak glass, and they slowly get thicker and thicker as you go to the front.
Right, the front is like an aquarium.
The front is like inch thick plate glass.
Fucking,
like 2 foot thick.
To keep the 20 feet of water from busting through. Yeah,
exactly. Water in a train. What?
Don't worry about it. I know, like at the zoo when they have the giant glass in front of the. In
front of like the aquarium stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Trains don't have glass. Okay. But yeah, they all, I guess they decide that if they lock it out, they can be done with it. Maybe. But they have a better idea where they detach the last car and then Fidel Castro, the train conductor, because Fidel Castro is
exactly like him.
Yeah, it does. There's a guy that looks exactly like Fidel Castro, who's the conductor of this train, has pocket grenades.
Yeah,
awesome.
Dude, he's Fidel Castro. Of course
he whips one grenade through the back window of the train car that they just detached from, and then, for good measure, he says, throws a second one, and then we get one of the most amazing giant explosions of the movie.
And it is a great explosion.
It's massive.
It's huge.
It's massive explosion. Definitely not 2 grenades worth.
No,
but like holy shit. Awesome explosions.
Dude, this was like 2 loads of TNT's worth.
It was like a brick of TNT or some shit.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
A grenade.
It was very flammable. A lot of gasoline.
50 grenades, perhaps?
50. All shrapnel frags.
Oof.
He's got a sticky.
Oh, this one
And we
hurt.
get this awesome explosion. It was sick. It was fucking nasty.
It was awesome. I like that one.
Of course, if you have a really high moment, we have to go back down to the low.
Ooh.
So let's cut back to all these boring children for no reason.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've been sitting in a house all quiet like.
But yeah.
Except it seems like the birds have stopped
But why?
attacking everything.
Yeah,
but they're all around.
Yeah.
There's birds everywhere. But they're chill.
Just like Chicago.
They're not attacking anybody. Just like Chicago pigeons. Looking at you with disdain.
But they don't do anything.
No, they just stare at you like, I'm walking you. But that's what they're doing. These birds are just all over this house. Everywhere. But they're not moving. They're just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And the mom gets up and grabs the couple of kids that she's got. The gremlin that should have died comes with. And she's wandering through the house and starts looking for the other kids and grabs the kids. And then they leave the house without incident.
Did
the birds don't care.
Did they stop when Grandpa died?
I don't think so. Because they were still attacking during all of that. What I think happened is when, like, all the birds stopped when the train car exploded. Because that's the last major thing that happened. So I would assume the birds have done enough damage, and we have done enough damage to ourselves, that the birds finally stopped.
Yeah, okay.
And they just stop. And then we cut to...
Because they go, holy shit, that was a big explosion. Let's not let them do it again?
I don't know. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it because it makes no sense why it would... Why... That series of events was set in motion, and there's no reason for it to have stopped. Aside from, we're at an hour 20. We should probably shut this movie off. So that the birds just stop, and then Vanessa has like a monologue talking about like, were the birds just showing us how powerful they truly are? Should we try to take better care of the planet around us?
Oh yeah, like
maybe we should stop being a dick to nature.
Oh yeah, I wrote environmentalist ending ? Just because I thought maybe it was gonna go that route.
Yeah, I wrote message of the movie: don't be a dick to nature.
Even though they killed a bunch of birds,
tons. Yeah, don't be a dick to nature. As we pelted pigeons through glass windows.
Yeah,
but it doesn't seem like all is right in the world, though.
That's right.
Because it seems at ponds around Spain, mosquitoes might want to wage war against mankind themselves. And then the movie ends. The movie ends.
That seemed the shot they used was pretty neat.
The shot, yeah, they had like it was. Vanessa was talking, and she finished her monologue, and right after she finished her monologue, there was like a slow-mo, like, of course, slow-mo.
Of course,
like,
there's no dialogue.
Moving towards a small pond, and then what looks like little splashes in the water, kind of like when mosquitoes are flying above a pond and stuff like that. And they had the buzzing noises, and then it just cuts to black.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah.
Now
I don't know. It kind of was sequel bait, but, like, what are you going to do? Malaria the movie.
I mean, West Nile. Could be West Nile. Yeah. In New York.
Mosquitoes 3D. West Nile in New York.
Look at the New York family. It just follows their escapades after all that.
Yeah, it was an interesting ending. It wouldn't go anywhere though. I wouldn't want to watch that movie.
No,
but that's the whole movie. That's Beaks.
Yeah, that's all of it. The Happening. I mean, Beaks.
Beaks is happening. The movie. These Beaks are happening.
Beaks, the Happening movie.
My end thoughts on this entire movie, because I have seen this before.
You told me
I watched
that.
it. This is probably the third time I've watched it.
Okay.
It's never good. It's never good. I forget about little things as I watch it, and then I kind of remember them, but god damn, this movie's boring.
Dude, it was so good. What are you talking about?
Aside from the couple of interesting scenes, eye ripping out,
any of the gore.
Football spike.
The gore was all pretty good.
Yeah, the football. Or no, I'm sorry, not the football. The airplane. The airplane scene.
Oh yeah,
is fun. We didn't talk about there's a hang glider who also gets his eye ripped out and slams into the ground.
And he has these weird solid glasses, we can tell, and we think it's because the props of the eyes being ripped out
they
were behind.
They actually are. They 100% are.
Okay, because we kept going, look at those glasses.
If you look in the corners of the glasses, you can see there's something behind the glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's totally blind as he's looking through because he has prosthetic right underneath it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But, like, aside from those, like, the New York family sucks. The characters are not fun to watch. Half of the movie revolves around people you do not give a shit about.
Because they're never given a true story or a true...
They don't matter.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about. There is nothing to talk about.
They're just people.
They're just people running away. They don't have interesting dialogue. They don't have interesting choices. They don't do anything aside from put themselves into continuous danger and then drive away on a boat.
That'd be like if for some reason a disaster happened and it followed you and I for some reason.
It wouldn't make any sense.
Exactly.
It was weird and dumb. But the movie kind of drags on after a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you shorten this movie could be 40 minutes.
Maybe.
Like a short film.
Yeah.
30 to 40.
It would have been better that way.
Yeah. But I don't know how you would be able to end it because this ending of, they just stopped. is stupid. It sucks.
Dumb.
It's really boring. It
dumb
doesn't.
As shit.
Yeah, like we fought back and like in the movie.
Like maybe if we learned that there was a bird overlord somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, but
the
not,
great avian.
Maybe like one type of bird.
Harvey Birdman.
Attorney
at law. Yeah, Harvey Birdman's running the entire thing. Yet if there was something, I don't know how you would do it though, because I haven't watched The Birds in an incredibly long time, so I don't even remember how that movie ends.
Neither do I, but we should watch that sometime.
That's just a good movie.
No, I mean like for you and me.
You and me. But yeah, I don't know how that ends. Maybe that ends a similar way. But yeah, it doesn't feel good. This movie doesn't feel good. It feels like it's just we're done.
Yeah,
like movie's over.
It's like, all right, we got nothing left. All our good footage has been used. Here you go. Done.
But I mean, I don't know. It's not shit. It's for some reason though. It has It has 0.1 higher stars than Tommy Wiseau's The Room, of which I'm gonna say now is a far superior movie.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
This movie is worse than The Room. Because The Room is at least like, even if you've never watched The Room before, the first time you watch it, you're going to have a lot of, what the fuck? What is that? Like, you're going to be so blown away by the weirdness that you're going to be interested in what happens. Whereas Beaks kind of just falls apart and you just lose interest in the characters and what's happening.
I think there were parts in this one where we were talking more than usual during a movie because it just seemed it didn't matter.
Yeah. Most of it was just slow-mo, people looking at birds, running away from birds, getting hit by birds.
Getting birds pelted on them.
Yeah, so it was, I don't know. It just
doesn't... Bird cannon galore.
It could have been better, but I don't know what you would do with it.
Neither do I. But
I think The Room is a far better movie.
The
Room has better characters. We know all of their names.
Yes.
There's no Denny. Like, there's no Denny in Beaks. There's no Mark. I mean, Mark is kind of like the New York dad, but guess. Like in the fact that New York dad doesn't act.
But Mark has a bigger role.
Yeah.
He's like the driving plot. He is the driving point of that movie through a large part of it.
Yeah. But he's so bad at it, it's still like fun to watch him be bad.
Yes.
Whereas this is like, I don't know. I just don't like it. It's just bad.
It's the kind of movie where you can get up, go do something, come back and go, I didn't miss anything. Good.
You put it on when no one's actually watching it.
Yeah, it's just
so if people see like 5 minutes of it as they're passing through,
they're intrigued. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, like, I'll watch this for like a minute and then I'll talk to somebody else. Like, this movie's just bad. I don't like it. I think The Room is far better.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. The Room is significantly better. Just so much about The Room that's intriguing. So many you can if you watch closely, you can catch things in The Room that are like, is that the same prop as a moment ago?
Yeah, like little things.
Yeah, like,
I don't think you could watch this movie over and over and be like, oh, look at that thing.
Right.
Like, who gives a shit?
And you don't care to show this one to other people. It's not
really. Not unless you want to purposely watch something that's boring and bad. I don't know. It requires a specific want where I could watch The Room at any time. It's a bad movie that you could put on at any point.
If you said, let's watch The Room right now, I'd be like, sure, let's do it. I love that movie.
Like, if you were having a Halloween party, you could put Beaks on.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because then no one's watching it. It's just something that's on that randomly has gore and, like, an interesting score. Because the music's not bad.
The music was better than some of the movies we've been watching. Some of the movies we've been watching had terrible music.
Yeah.
Not fitting. Metallica. Not to name any names.
Super happy music during a battle of flashlights and PVC. Oh, no. Sorry. Flashlights and cardboard. Yeah.
And then someone's...
Die! Yeah. Horrible.
Oh,
but I think that's it. I think that's another movie done. We've successfully found another movie that is definitely worse than The Room.
Even though it was rated higher, but why?
It's rated higher, and I don't understand why, because this movie, I think, deserves like a 2.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's a 2.5.
At most.
Yeah. We should we should have a rating scale where we rate it ourselves.
Let's work on one.
Where it's out of 10 stars, but no movie is above 5.
So to get a 10, you'd have to be as good as The Room.
To get a 10, you have to be like so amazingly above what we expected it to be.
Yeah.
That it deserves above a 5.
Goodfellas.
A 5 is
it has to be Goodfellas level.
A 5 is a great bad movie. Because if we can take it off of this, that the room is 3.6. That's almost that's like a little above average in a 1 to 5 star rating.
So we're 1 to 10. So it'll be
1
like
to 10,
a 1.
but nothing's above 5.
So it'll be a 1.2.
This one, no, it's 2.5.
In our rating system?
Yeah, 2.5. Right, it's a confusing rating system. Don't worry.
That's okay.
It won't make any. It doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna
give it a 2.5.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
This movie's fucking amazing. I've been holding it in. I've just been pleasing you, but holy shit, dude! I've got a Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, movie. Blu-ray, Betamax, shirts, HD DVD,
underwear,
hat,
my sheets,
bedspread,
my
car wrap,
wallpaper, ceiling stickers,
chest piece.
You thought this was a Hanya?
Yeah.
This is a pigeon. I do have a pigeon right here, though.
Yeah, look at it.
No,
wow.
actually, it's falcon. It is a falcon, like what rips the eye out. All right, we love you. Goodbye.
What? Well, that's it for this one. Thanks for listening. If you did, I really appreciate it.
Especially
Never watch
this
movie.
far.
Watch The Room instead. It's way better. I promise. I promise. All of it.
You can watch Struggle Through too.
Yeah, if you like, if this isn't your jam, and maybe you like video game stuff, maybe you can check out Struggle Through Gaming. That's what me and Nick do, and a couple other people.
It's a lot of fun.
For fun. It's on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah,
let me get you a sneak peek of what happening next week. We're gonna watch a fantastic little Tom Cruise movie called A Cocktail.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wow, look at him cruising all up,
look at that
relaxing, all cool.
That
when he
fish
pours,
fucking Scientologist.
he rains. I think that's what the
when he pours, that's disgusting.
Yes, when he pours, he rains. That's
disgusting.
such a terrible tagline.
When he pours, he rains.
He's so young too. All right, well, it's rated horribly, so I'm excited to watch it
horribly?
Because 2
on
IMDb
on a real system.
On a real scale, 2, like 2.1. So I'm excited to see it because I've never seen Cocktail before.
Okay.
But that's until next time. We will see you for Cocktail.
Yes, we will have cocktails together.
Bring your cocktails.
Everybody. Woo!
I appreciate you,
yes,
and you exist.
And we love you for existing. But again, this leaves us with our question of where does this leave us by the time you're listening to this? Are we still existing? Or is this some philosophical thing we need to discuss?
Socrates.
We're
just dust
in the wind. We love you.